やエイリアンめまだまだ食らえよしいただきまだだ来い
Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, Weekly Wing It number 182 here on Rumble, YouTube, and the X Twitter. And starting off with us tonight in that big box, doing his working his magic hands on that. I'm going to stop trying to describe it colorfully because it's starting to sound kind of weird. Frederick Guimon.
How you doing, Wrangler? And welcome to you too as well, Readout.
Hello.
Is doing a splash page there.
A double splash page. So we got two here taped back to back, like so. And this is Retell number 1, page 2 and 3, because Retell number Retell number 2, page 2 and 3, because Retell number 1 is actually in the mail right now. It's all printed up and it's on its way to the distributor, to myself, and to a secret location with lots of guns.
Nice. Also joining us tonight, welcome back, Mr. Readout Productions. What's up, dude?
Doing good. The past 2 days, I've fortunately been at home, although trying to process all the weeks of video and trying to figure out everything else in my other day job, trying to just get everything back in order before I go back to the grind tomorrow.
Gotcha. Yep. Up and also welcome to the stream, but not on screen. Hey, is my cat who just jumped up on my computer desk. What's up, buddy? I don't suppose you're gonna meow into the microphone, are you?
Oh no, we hear Hayes.
No, that was my cat.
No,
that was me.
That's the other cat.
Yeah, was that Molly?
No, that's Valentine.
So anything interesting happened over the last week in the realm of pop culture?
A lot of stuff has. Like, we've had a couple of deaths. Like Sam Keith passed away in the last 24 hours. And
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter last night before going to sleep. And actor in Jurassic Park and a lot of other good stuff.
Sam Keith.
You mean Sam Neill?
Sam Neill, yes.
Sam Neill died?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Sorry, Sam Keith died earlier this year, but he's a comic book artist. I mixed up the two names. Thank you, Rita.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so there's that. There's, what's her name? The singer of Turn Around.
Every now and then I get
Yes,
a little bit lost and I can't remember the words.
She passed away this week. Bonnie Tyler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, this is a bummer of an opening.
So, and good night, folks. See you next week. Yeah, I mean, it's sad to say, but yeah.
Wow. I really been out of the loop this week. I didn't know any of that was going on. Well, I did hear about Lindsey Graham, which was a shock.
Well, that's the thing. In the political world, there's two more. There's Lindsey Graham, who passed away, and what's his the other guy who everyone is saying he didn't pass away?
Mitch McConnell?
Mitch McConnell, but people are like,
from what I understand, I guess Monty Python expressed it best. Not quite dead yet.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're hearing. So.
Yeah. So I mean, with these political figures, you never really know unless they just come out and say it. But sometimes like they don't want to let it be known right away for whatever reason. Politics is weird. I don't get it.
Yeah. The less I know of it, the better I feel.
Right.
Which is why I draw comic books. And now I got to draw a whole city.
Now is this is for This is for your upcoming comic, right?
Yep. So this is issue
Or
number
not
2.
the one that's about to release right now, but like the next one.
No, because I'd be in big trouble if it was part of the one that was in released. No, this is page 2 and 3 of the second book. So what you guys, the people who've backed, what you're going to receive is issue number 1, and it ends off like 2 pages before this one. So this is the
So
continuation.
straight
of
up
the story.
pick up and keep going.
Yeah, there's a continuity to it, and we're going to find out what happens.
Continuity.
To these two.
Remember when comics used to respect continuity? I mean, they kept retconning the heck out of things, but at least they used to try to make it make sense.
Yeah, hopefully it makes sense. I think you guys are going to enjoy the ride. Lots of pretty pictures, though. That's the plan, and I think you like the characters too.
Yeah. Now, is that a statue there, or is that a character on the right side? Or is that to be not to be known until later? As far
Yeah,
as
that's
on our end?
like I think my instructions to the colorists are going to be like, make it look in between like a statue and a real
translucent?
angel, and let people kind of decide if it's part of the architecture or if it's just an angel
being
on the
watched.
side onlooking and no one's noticing. So it could be both.
Nice.
Some things are up to your interpretation. And lots of feathers. I don't know why I'm drawing this.
Yeah, you like to torture yourself with the feathers, man. It's like
And
how
I'll probably
tedious
like
can I make
shadow
this
some of
next
those.
one?
There's going to be a big blob of shadows, and I'm going to have penciled in all the feathers for nothing. Or maybe it'll help me catch the light on some.
Suddenly shading is your friend.
But it's the second and third page. Like you see the first page, you turn it, and this is what you see. So this is the biggest impact you can have at the beginning of the book. So it's important to put a lot of detail. It's important for it to feel like a money shot. Like it's supposed to grab you and give you a sense of the wonder and the journey you're about to embark on.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Speaking
anyways.
of embarking on journeys, I saw a readout kind of blink out on us.
Oh.
And I don't know if he's having internet troubles or what. He was supposed to be on a live stream last night, and he was, but they were having issues, and he was having some connectivity issues, and it kind of hampered things there. So he may be dealing with the same thing again here. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the private chat from him that I see. So I didn't check the Discord to see if he sent a message there. He might be trying to fix an issue and he'll be back, or he might not be able to get back on. Internet can be a funky thing.
It is indeed.
Sometimes it's as predictable as the New England weather.
Yeah, I mean, we're off of our heat stroke here. Like it lasted a week, as
Yeah.
it's usually predictable that way.
Yeah,
like, why don't
ours
you-
is about to start.
Do you get like just 1 week, or do you get more?
Oh, we're staring down the barrel of possibly our third heat wave this year.
Yeah, well, so usually here we get like 1 week or 2 at the most. So when people say like, "Why don't you get AC?" It's like,
Usually you don't need it there.
it'd be worth it for just 1 week. Is it? I'd rather like tough it out with a fan for a week. And,
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to happen continuously, then yes, get one.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
If not, then
if I was
suck it up for a week and you're good.
Yeah, my parents got good AC, so good on them.
Yeah, I'm glad we do here. I mean, I know we're not as far north as you. I mean, we're still the northeast where I am, but we get as hazy and humid as Florida here because we're on the coast.
Yeah.
So, but I'm inland from the coast, so we get the humidity without the sea breeze. Sea breeze can make a big difference, but even then, sometimes it just gets thick and it's not any fun. Oh, I forgot to send links out. Crap. I gotta send a link to Fu Man Blue and to Chris Fisk. They're not always able to make it on.
Why are
but
they not here? Well, reason number one, I didn't send them any links.
Yeah, that can be an issue. They can't always make it, but they always get a link to come on. And I didn't send it.
If they really wanted to be here, they would have found a way. They would have hacked your computer or something.
Well, let's see. I'm going to send those out right now. Hey, by the way, did you have a guest lined up for tomorrow night's show?
No, I do not.
Oh, so you mean we might be winging it?
I would have to pay you, pay you money for your concept, for stealing your concept.
No, you have open perpetual license.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I like to wing it once in a while. Like, I don't want to force guests on. Like, I don't want to. Like, if I'm coming up and there's no guest, I'm not like panicking. Oh no, we gotta have somebody. What if? No, it's like, oh, we don't have a guest. It's fine. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna draw. We're gonna chill.
Speaking of Fu Man Blue, he just popped up in the chat. Says R.I.P. Sam Neill.
Yeah, man.
Yes, very sad news. That I'll always remember him as Dr. Grant.
Is that the one from
Jurassic Park?
Yeah, me too.
No. Yeah, Fu, I just sent you a link, so if you want to hop on panel, you are more than welcome. Yeah. So I noticed your text this morning. What are y'all reading, or your message in Discord? Yeah, I'm about halfway through Record of the Paladins, the Book of Oliver, and I am enjoying the heck out of that read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's by Brian McCoppin. And, I'm not even all the way through it. And I'm like, yes, I recommend it. This is fun.
Nice.
It's really interesting. Starts off. Okay, Fu's just going to hang out in the chat and listen. He's going to sandbag tonight. So no problem. Glad to have you along either way, Fu.
Right, man.
Good to see you. Readout made it back. What's up, man?
What is up?
I don't know what's going on my end. I'm hoping it's Brave.
Yeah, I use Brave, and most of the time I don't have an issue, but every once in a while it does not get along with certain.
Yeah, it'll just basically what'll happen is everybody else who's in the dashboard will just freeze up. I'll still be there. And then when I try to refresh, it basically acts like I lost internet connection, like everything crashed.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because I've had internet connection all day today, all day yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm trying for a different browser. We'll see if that helps.
I wonder if it's a combination of the browser and the computer itself. Like on my previous computer, Brave was giving me issues. On this one, it's not, even though I'm going to the same websites and everything. I don't know. I've been using almost exclusively Brave for a few years now, so
that's what I used to stream.
I know where all the buttons are.
Yeah, that's what I used to stream too. Like when I'm like browsing normally, watching YouTube, whatever, I'm always on Firefox. I like Firefox as my main. But when it's time to go stream, it's like, oh, let me shut down Firefox, open Brave, and that's mostly on StreamYards when I'm on Brave.
Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, Record of the Paladins by Brian McCoppin. This is a lot of fun. It is an adventure. And the main character, Oliver, he's a preacher with guns.
Oh.
And ends up in a war against demons. And he meets some others who are paladins, and they all have special abilities. And there's a character in there called Roland the Mighty, and he speaks only in Bible verses. And I'm like, Brian had to know his stuff to get this to work, but he's got it working.
Yeah,
I'm like, that was ambitious. I don't even think I could. I know I couldn't have pulled that off.
I don't want to pull that off.
Yeah, it's like, but it's really well done. It's really cool, and there's a character in there named Jaren, who was Oliver's adopted father. I want him to be my NRA instructor, dang it. But I'm having a lot of fun with this book.
Nice.
Yeah, and these characters are a blast. So, there's another one named Persephone, and she's kind of like the gadget gal. She's really cool. Let me head on over toward Amazon for a moment and
What's the
pull up the
setting? Is it
link.
a modern setting or future setting? Or
Modern setting, yeah. So, and I don't know if you remember, like a year or two ago, Maji Chan was constantly talking about the demon beavers. I got to that part of the book. It's wild.
Oh my goodness! I've heard. I remember hearing about that.
They are legendary.
Yep, I just got through that chapter a little bit before we came on stream, and like now I know what she's been talking about. The demon beavers.
That sounds so wrong, and yet so right.
Now let me drop that in the chat. There we go. Now, I don't know if this sends it out. I think the StreamYard chat, it does show us the YouTube chats. I'm pretty sure it usually shows us the X Twitter chats, but I don't know if it sends the stuff out to the X Twitter chat.
Oh, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it sends it out to YouTube because
Yeah,
it depends on which account you're linked to. So you'd have to be connected. Yeah, it's weird.
Right, so I'm gonna head over there and drop that link in the X Twitter chat for Brian McCoppin's Record of the Paladins, the Book of Oliver. There we go. Just dropped it there. That's another thing I've noticed with the Twitter chat is if you have a chat going, a chat thread going, if you refresh the page and come back, anything that happened previous is not there. When you hop in the Twitter chat, it's and you type something. If there aren't other people already there, they're not going to see it because what was there before you came in does not display.
Wow.
So, like, if you hit refresh, like I'm going to hit refresh on the Twitter right now, and boom, yep, it is there. Okay, it's making a liar out of me. I don't know. The Twitter live chat is kind of odd, but yeah,
Sometimes it appears and then sometimes it doesn't from Twitter,
Yeah,
like
it's
comments.
I mean, granted, Twitter was not designed to be a live stream platform, but I mean, it's showing on the Twitter chat there now. So hopefully, anybody who pops in will get the link to Record of the Paladins. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Let me look over. It's book 1 of 4 so far. I don't know if the series is still going or if it's completed yet. Let's see. Yeah, book 1 is called Book of Oliver. Book 2 is Book of Ivan and Ivore. Book 3 is Book of Encice. And book 4 is Book of Turpin. So there is a total of 12 paladins. So I don't know if every paladin is getting a book. I don't know if like each book they become the main character. Right now, Oliver is most definitely the main character, and he's also our POV character. And it's working really well the way he's got it set up. So yeah, when I finish this one, it won't be long before I move on to book 2. And I'll have a better idea. But no doubt, I have no problem saying check out Book of Oliver, Record of the Paladins, the Book of Oliver. I'm having a good time with it, you know.
Sounds like it takes a lot of dedication if you're going to do that for all your characters. Give their own unique book, unique point of view, and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes them the main character or point of view character each time. But Oliver is definitely. Oliver may remain the main character through all of them. I really don't know. But hey, Raven, how you doing, man?
Hey guys.
What up, Raven?
Did you just shove Readout out when you came in?
Not on purpose. But yeah, I saw him there and I was like, oh, I'll have a chance to say hi. And then he disappeared.
Yeah, he's been having connectivity issues. Hey, you've read Brian McCoppin's books, right?
I've started on the first one. Don't remember. I think I'm about halfway through the first one. I have not finished it yet, but it
Okay.
was pretty good.
I was wondering if Oliver remained the main character through all of them, or if the other paladins each kind of, as it goes through, they kind of all take the main character role.
My understanding is that each of them is a different, unique story about a different, unique character, or at least since the last time I looked at what the stories were. There may be some where the others show up, but I believe it's kind of told as a here's a story that I heard about or something, and this is about a unique person.
Yeah, I do know those names have already been mentioned in the first book. Yeah, and this is kind of embarrassing because I was reading it and then I picked up the audiobook so I could continue it while I was at work driving.
Yeah.
So the narrator said these names and I still can't remember how to properly pronounce them. Book 2 is Book of Ivan and Ivor, or is that Ivore? But both of them were mentioned. Uncice, I think that was mentioned. So, and they might still show up before this book is done. I don't know, because they're still searching for the other paladins. Book of Turpin, that's pretty straightforward in how to pronounce. Oh, now watch, I go back and listen. I'm saying Turpin wrong too. But yeah, I was wondering if they would become the main character, or if Oliver remains the POV character.
I'll be right back. I gotta refill the bowl of cat.
Alrighty. Oh, I'm just guessing. I don't know, but maybe Oliver does remain the main character, and they're you know how they're searching for the other paladins still there, Raven?
Yeah.
Maybe that's them searching for those paladins to get them to the team.
Could be.
Yeah. I don't know, but at any rate, so far, Oliver's an awesome main character.
Oh yeah. And it has
A cowboy gunslinging preacher. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, the other characters that are involved are characters in their own right. They're quite interesting and weird.
Especially Roland. How much research do you think he had to do for Roland?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not sure. Like this feels like something that he's thought about or been quite familiar with for a long time.
Yeah.
So
he's definitely thought about it. This isn't something that you do on a whim, putting a character like Roland together.
Yeah, so it feels like he's quite familiar with it, and so I don't know how much extra new research he had to do versus just actually getting the stories down. But that could be kind of similar to my thing, is that, you know, I've had this story bouncing around my head for a really long time, and it's just I'm finally at the point where, hey, I need to actually write this down and get this done.
Yeah. But I mean, having a character who only speaks by quoting Bible verses and making it work, that's astounding to me, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like you know, someone who just speaks in pop culture references, but all the references are the Bible.
True. But then again, kind of the Bible has like almost every conceivable thing that you could talk about in the Bible. So
yeah,
but
you got to find it and make sure you're applying the verses properly and not out of context. So I mean, you can't be willy-nilly about it. Especially when you have him as a likable, interesting character that you want to see more on the page even more, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta... Brian McCoppin's got a talent. And we found it.
Yeah, he does.
Well, he found it and then shared it with us is more like it. But yeah, we didn't discover it. He discovered it. Is Brian McCoppin a paladin? And his special ability is the pen?
Could be. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, is this a page from part 2?
Yes, sir, it is. It's actually the pages 2 and 3, so double page splash. I could show you page 1. I got page 1 right here. There we
Oh
go.
wow.
Oh, yep. Look at his mask. Look at the condition of his suit. Dude's been busy.
He's been busy. He's coming from episode 1 and then switch here to episode page 2 and 3.
Cool.
Now, the statue here, is that supposed to be Gabriel?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where he's been. In my book 3, Michael showed up, Uriel showed up, Gabriel showed up, Raphael did not. Now I know where he is. I had 3 archangels showed up, except there's one left, and now I see you. What, did you pay him more money? So he's working. So he showed up for you instead of me.
Well, there's only one watching over in this story, so for now. I mean, but you never know. I mean, angels are invisible. I mean, you could have a whole army in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, and you wouldn't even know it. Like they could be preparing a full-on war with the demon world, and you just wouldn't know.
They could be having a fight right there in the same space, same time as you, and you're completely oblivious to it.
Yeah. And here he's kind of oblivious to him watching him, so he's just kind of flying by and not really noticing.
Yeah. Now, in the lore for my books, when you meet an angel, there is a multiverse mechanic, but when you meet an angel, you're not meeting, alternate versions or variants or whatever you want to call them. It's like if you meet Michael in one universe, go to another universe and run into Michael, it's the same Michael. So that's why I said, there's the 4th one. Frederick, he's over with Frederick right now. That's why he didn't show up.
That's right. He's just hanging on spires on top of skyscrapers, overlooking his domain, or whose domain, I don't know. Maybe they're fighting over it.
I should have that be a conversation. Hey, you 3 are here. Where's Raphael? Oh, he's off helping out a guy named Remy. Throw in an Easter egg to Rattel.
That's right. And I think I'm going to be drawing raindrops too in the sky. So this one's going to be a lot of detail, which is I think important in the opening section of the book. You want to grab them, hook them in, make sure they want to know, find out more about the story, that their attention is grabbed and intrigued, and they want to see more.
Mm-hmm.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Mm-hmm. I need to stop singing. I would like to keep the audience we have. Thank you.
Right.
Let me throw on the Elven Thanksgiving hymn. Since we're talking about angels and stuff.
This weekend, I finally finished chapter 38.
For Legend of Shalar?
No, on the
on your book
story. Yeah, the story I'm working on.
Okay, I was mixing that up with the conversation you were having in the Discord.
Yeah, no, I did just finish that up tonight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought there would be a bit more at the end there, but it's good. I liked it. But yeah, chapter 38, mine is, I simply entitled it George.
George.
It sounds like a lot, man. 38. Like, are you close to the end, or how do you
So
measure it?
I have one document that I'm working in, and so it's just a continuation of the very beginning. So it kind of goes. I kind of have defined areas of it. I think this is year 5, or the very beginning of year 5, and so based on where I was originally thinking I would do stuff, this is like the second year in book 2. But now I'm thinking I may have to incorporate part of the backstory into the actual story, and because initially I was thinking, it's not that important. I may just keep that as like a book 0 or something. But now, after having the alpha readers,
like a supplemental
yeah,
work.
yeah. But after some of
By
the
the way,
comments,
are you writing out the entire series before you publish book 1, or?
yeah, because there's some stuff that I already remember and I've got everything down. But one of my things is that, like, when I initially got started, I couldn't remember specifics about the characters and other things, and so I was like, the beginning of stuff as my alpha readers pointed out, it kind of reads like a travel log or a summary of events or something. And now I've gotten to a point where I have enough stories, I have enough information, and I've fed stories about the different characters. Like, here's some stories that were about the halfling thief, and just, added the different stories and let the AI go through and analyze the character and give me, personality information and this, that, and the other thing. And so now I've got good summaries on the characters, their ideas, the personalities and stuff. And so I can kind of
Taking that extra feedback and going through and kind of fleshing out what you already have.
yeah. And then I've, like, whenever I wrote the backstory, I didn't have a lot of the information about, like, I had some basics about different things and stuff, but I didn't have, like, certain bits of information. And as I've gone over time, I figured out, oh, this is how the halfling thief's backstory kind of ties in with the half elves, or the half elf fighter mages background and stuff, and how they overlap. And this is where this other character is going to tie in later on and stuff. And so I'm kind of like, I want to make sure that everything kind of fits in and makes sense over the whole before I go through and really nail stuff down for, like, this is book 1, this is book 2, etc.
Gotcha. And that is smart, because, like, when you're getting near the end of the whole project and you go, hey, I would love to do this, but because I did that back over here, it would be an inconsistency. Oh, wait, I didn't publish. I can go adjust that to make this work. And you can jump back and forth and remove wrinkles. Go, okay, you know what? That really doesn't need to be there. Take that out because it doesn't enrich what happens over there, or add something in because it enriches what happens later.
Yeah.
And you can fine tune throughout the whole thing. Because, like, I got books 1 and 2 out. Those are now canon. So if I do something that has to adhere to the canon that I already have out, I can't go back and make those adjustments. So what you're doing is actually really smart, and good for you for having the patience to do it that way.
Well, it was, like I said, it's kind of needed because it's been a long time since, because it's based on an old D&D campaign, and it's been a long time since I've thought about different things. I couldn't remember certain things about certain characters. Plus, there's other things where, like the D&D campaign, we never completely finished, and so we never got around to, like, doing certain things. But now, since I'm writing about this, I want to actually, like, finish that story. And since, like, the halfling thief's background and the half-elf fighter mage's backgrounds kind of intertwine, I want to, or at least as I've been putting this together, it's become more clear to me that they have to intertwine, and here's the resolution of how to do that, and it ends up becoming this nice new big separate adventure.
Readout popped back in the chat. He says, unfortunately, It looks like my computer has decided as of this weekend it does not want to work with StreamYards anymore. Frustrating. Don't know what changed. Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Dang.
unfortunately that is kind of par for the course when you're dealing with live streams. That is a bummer. I hope you're able to get that figured out for future use. But
Yeah.
thanks for trying to join on with us anyway, because I'm pretty sure he had a few things he wanted to discuss.
Yeah,
So
maybe next
hopefully in the
time
near
try
future
Chrome
he's
or
able to.
yeah. I try Chrome, try another browser and see how it plays.
And commenting on my self comment from earlier, Fu Man Blue says, "Yep, Wrangler singing is a deal breaker."
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Understood,
Fu Man
Fu.
Blue.
Understood.
But yeah, after the alpha readers comments and stuff, I'm like, okay, I almost have to include the backstory as like the beginning of the story, because it gives, after going through stuff and thinking things through and stuff, it really gives them the motivation to, or it more clearly defines their motivation as to why they are doing this.
Yeah, motivation, things making sense. Stuff that used to be in stories and a lot of times isn't anymore. How much stuff have you picked up nowadays and it's just a series of and then, and then, and then?
Yeah, I've kind of been noticing that in the movies people are talking about, that I've been like, I'm not sure if I'm really interested in that. And then Critical Drinker or somebody else comes out with the movie and it's like, or a movie review, and they're like, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, and to be fair, just because Critical Drinker doesn't like something doesn't mean you won't like it. You might enjoy it anyway. But usually
True.
he's pretty spot on with things. Every once in a while, I come across one he didn't like it. I'm like, but that was fun.
Yeah.
I understand the issues he had with it, but that was fun. And then other times, I'm like thinking he's being too kind,
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where, like, with all of the Message movies that have come out lately, I'm like, okay, I think I'm just this one.
The Message.
Yeah, exactly. This movie, like in years past, like I maybe might have thought, oh, I might go and watch this and see what it's like. But now it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait until it comes out and let somebody else review it and then make my decision. Kind of like Supergirl.
I am so bummed that didn't do it. I was actually pulling for that one. I wanted it to be good. I was looking at the previews.
Yeah, me too.
I understand everybody's like, oh no, and cringing and eye rolling. I'm like,
No,
hey,
I was optimistic too.
Yeah, I was like, I think I see some potential here. This could be a lot of fun.
They re-edited it as well, like they chopped it up. I thought there was some potential. I didn't expect to like Superman, and I really loved it. I thought it was fun. So I was like super open-minded for Supergirl, but then when I saw just the terrible reviews, I was like, okay, well, there's no chance this is good.
Yeah.
I'm staying awake. I don't want to go to the theater if I don't have to. It's like it's no longer the experience it was in the 80s and 90s, like with people's cell phones and stuff. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I don't understand. What's her name? Millie Alcock?
Yes.
Why are people calling her ugly on the internet? I don't understand. She's cute.
There's the one. I think it's just a single frame, and I don't know if it's the angle, the expression, a combination of things and stuff, but she ends up looking like the what were they, like the ape-man creatures or something?
I saw the comparison, and I honestly was laughing at that because it was funny. But I figured that's a blowout of proportion. People don't really think she's.
Yeah, but no, I think they're also reacting to the fact that she gave a lot of like LGBTQ answers during questions on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Now, from what I understand, she was kind of that got dropped. Those are the usual reporter traps, where it's like, "Hey, how do you feel about this?" And you're being considered a whatever icon, and she's trying to say something to be endearing or whatever. But she's clearly not media trained. She's certainly no Rachel Zegler. All right, she's not. She didn't pull any of that crap, but she played right into their hands. And,
Ziegler is in a league of her own, but
Yeah,
she did have
yeah,
a couple of bad answers.
she was all about pushing those buttons. The only reason it seems Millie Alcock made those comments is because they kind of dropped it on her in an interview, and I think she took the bait.
Yeah, the ones that I heard, at least, I just felt like, yeah, this movie is not for you, so don't bother to show up and watch it. So I'm like, well, okay, it's not for me. I won't bother to watch it.
Hey, you know what? There is some hope, though. I mean, if Brie Larson can finally learn her lesson, then no, seriously, when she was being interviewed for what was it, Mario Galaxy movie, she actually came across as likable and happy to be there and excited to be a part of the project. And she did not come across like she did in her "I am woman, hear me roar" chip on the shoulder phase during the Captain Marvel interviews. And
Yeah.
she came across as, I think she learned her lesson, and she now knows how not to step in the pile of turds that they drop in front of her. Because there was a couple where it looked like she was being baited, and she's like, "No, I'm not stepping in that."
Yeah, I think there's a combination of things, but I think people are just sick and tired of all of the message stuff, and it just seems like every new movie that Hollywood is pushing has more of the message, and nobody's interested in the message anymore.
And we are, in general audiences, not just us, but general audiences are getting sick and tired of it. Now, on the other hand, Rachel Zegler, they don't have to put that stuff in front of her to step on. She'll go on camera, throw that stuff in front of herself, and jump in it. I mean, I hope she turns it around one day too. I mean, she was on her way to a good career, and she killed it. She did it to herself. She wasn't treated into it. She just full out did it to herself. But you know me, I love a good redemption arc, and I hope that they all turn it around. But I do think that there's a lot, whether you like Millie Alcock or not, I think she was being done dirty. She was there was some unfairness happening toward her.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying you gotta like her, but it does seem like the.
I mean, if you look at some of the AI cartoons that were made, they were pushed it really, really far. Like some people compared her to the feral child in Mad Max.
Yeah, that's what you were trying to think of, right, Raven? The feral child?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Frederick. Raven's trying to remember who it was they were comparing her to.
Yeah,
you just named
there's some extreme cartoons of her with that face, and it's pretty mean. It's both on one hand very funny, and at the same time I feel bad for her because it's pretty funny.
Well, I think people just felt done dirty, and so that they had a bad reaction to it. And so their bad reaction to it was just find the worst spot and then maximize it.
Yeah. I think it was like a year or two ago, Shad Brooks had mentioned, I've been picking apart the woke stuff so much, I wonder if I'm starting to see woke where there isn't really.
Yeah, but, maybe. I guess part of it is that Supergirl is a character that's not everybody's favorite, and
she is derivative. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and
she's nobody's favorite. It was always a low-selling comic. It was a derivative license, so no one else would steal the name.
Well, let's be honest. The Power Girl iteration of her is somebody's favorite.
Somebody here?
No, I mean, You know the alternate version of her, Power Girl.
Is that a DC thing
Yeah,
with the boob
it,
window?
it's yes,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
Supergirl from an alternate reality
No, but we're
who
talking Supergirl
is
here.
very proud of her assets.
See, the main problem of Supergirl is she's derivative, she's bland when you compare her to Superman, and so doesn't mean she can't be she can't be in a good movie. Doesn't mean she can't be in a good show.
Yeah.
But you got to put some work into it because she's not bringing the same popularity as you would with a Batman, a Superman, a Spider-Man.
Right.
She's very low key, and I think her movie did so bad. The only comparable failure is like Batman from 2004. Like that's so she's breaking records on the low end of things.
Yeah,
Like
There-
the DC TV universe thing, the Supergirl TV series thing. I watched that. It was fun. It was something to watch, along with the other DC ones like Green Arrow and etc. But it wasn't like it was the best thing ever. It was just something to watch.
Yeah. Now, an example of a derivative character who did work very well, and I mean in the comics, not in the movies or TV shows, was She-Hulk. She was absolutely a derivative character,
Yeah,
but the comic version, they kind of brought her in her own direction, gave
John
her her
Byrne
own
did.
issues, and people loved her. She-Hulk was awesome. The sensational She-Hulk. She was likable.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was fun. She did the Deadpool stuff before Deadpool without the crudeness, and people loved it.
Oh,
That's
she even
all-
tried out for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, she's. I think she's part of the alternate Fantastic Four roster still, isn't she? Or she was at least in the '90s. I don't know if she still is now.
Yeah, I think she was filling in for one of them or something. I
Yeah, it
don't
was
know.
her, Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Spidey were the alternate roster for the Fantastic Four.
Oh well, there was the actual four. I think one of them went on hiatus or something, and so they had tryouts with other ones, including Squirrel Girl, and they ended up settling on She-Hulk as their temporary fourth person.
Squirrel Girl. She's just a fun character. Just fun. Some of her original stuff. What was it? Dorian Green. She was just a fun character, whimsical. It
I
was
think-
a nice change of pace from all the other stuff without conflicting with the rest of the universe.
Yeah.
But I
That
mean,
was-
She-Hulk is a perfect example of how a derivative character can work really well.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And, like
She-Hulk is a
nobody
horrible-
wanted her. Like when they were shopping her around for an artist,
Yep.
John Byrne ended up getting her, and like he knew it was a derivative cheap character,
Yep.
and just to keep the copyright. But dude, he made something great out of it. Like he's the one who brought in all this Deadpool kind of like deadpan,
Yeah,
breaking the fourth wall.
she
kinda
could
humor.
jump between the panels. And
Yeah,
Oh,
Now,
it was-
however, in the TV show,
and she was sexy.
she is a horrible example of making
Oh,
a
yeah.
derivative character work. I was excited for the She-Hulk TV
Yeah.
show,
No, they
Well,
didn't pull.
and when I watched it, I was so bummed.
they
they
did not pull it
deconstructed her.
off.
Big time.
There was one particular like I started off watching it and I was hoping for something good, but after like a couple episodes, I had no more interest in watching it.
Yeah, it wasn't even her personality.
Good. There was one instance that I absolutely loved and thought it was the funniest thing because I laughed really hard at it, which was the point where Hulk like punched her off the side of the cliff.
Yeah. And she's falling down and flips the bird. I'm like, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But she was kind of asking for it. She was just being a jerk, and she kind of asked. Yeah. No, Frederick, you were saying about the creation who took over and brought her in that direction.
Yeah, that was John Byrne who was tasked with doing the She-Hulk book, and he did a fantastic job. Like, that goes to say that like there's no low job like in comics. Like you might get a totally like toy oriented or commercial oriented project, but that still doesn't mean you can't imbue life into it as a writer. Doesn't mean you can't take that and give something to the reader that's going to be a freaking awesome experience.
I think something similar happened with Deadpool. Deadpool was given to somebody who said, "Do what you want because we're canceling it," and so because he went a little wacky with it, that kind of brought the popularity to Deadpool and started moving him in the direction of the Deadpool we know and love today.
Oh yeah.
So you never know. You get the right writer with the character, and things can pop off.
Yeah. Writing is huge. Like, it's easy to downplay sometimes because it's almost invisible, but like it's what brings life into the project. It brings the characters to life. It brings the truth, the meaning of the story. It's vital.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do need to step away for about 15, 20 minutes. So, you guys, I guess you could just take over the show. It's your show now. So, I will be back as soon as I can.
We got this. Got this.
Alrighty. And Frederick, you got the controls so you can hit people in when they jump in.
That's right. I can hit anybody.
Yeah, you can hit people. Go for it. No.
I have immense power.
You have a license to boot.
It's going to go through my head now. I'm taking over the Wing It.
I love a weekly wing it.
Weekly Wing It.
Not stud.
Wrangler will be right back.
And I have a license to hit you off the panel.
I have a license to moderate.
Right. Now, in the very wise words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back.
Screw your freedom. Gotta love that Arnold.
Gosh.
He's all over the map.
Yep.
So we were talking about Supergirl. Yeah. I think they could have done something better. They might have done something better. Like, I heard they chopped the movie up because they went crazy. Like, they might have panicked and killed the movie in the editing room.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of things and just them trying to do one thing. And I think part of the problem is that Hollywood doesn't have any real creatives anymore.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And what's making it worse is it's a derivative of a derivative. And they're trying to overhaul it and rewrite the story to push the message instead of actually trying to come up with something fun. I'm trying to remember who it was recently did a video, and they were talking about the fact that it's gotten to a point where they no longer know what is good and what is evil, and so they just try to make everything neutral. So you know,
morally gray.
Yeah. And because
the villains all have a reasonable excuse for doing what they're doing.
Yeah, and because they don't understand what good is and they don't understand what evil is, they really just they're okay with bad people and stating that they're good.
Having heroes do evil things without knowing it.
Yeah. Kind of reminded of I want to say Galadriel in the Lord of the Rings TV series that Amazon did.
Yes.
And they can't show you why the person is good, or they can't show you why the person is bad. They just have to tell you that this person is good and this person is bad, even though the supposed good person is doing bad things, and the bad person is just wanting to be left alone.
It's so true.
Yeah, this last weekend I had I was like, I got to finally get over to the bullion shop and talk to the guy there, and because he was telling me about him and his brother. Well, he was a dungeon master, and him and his brother came up with like their own campaign world and all this stuff and everything, and so they've been trying to feed a lot of it into AI and stuff. He's like, yeah, I was just telling the AI about this story, and then about that story, and this other story about the character, and it went through and figured out the character and stuff, and then the AI is making comments about that. This instance is so in character with that particular character and stuff. And that gave me the idea to go and say, hey, can you tell me about this character, and put in a couple stories. And like the Halfling Thief, I kind of had some idea because it's a bunch of the tropes and stuff, but I had a hard time figuring out some of the other specifics and stuff, and doing it that way. I was like, okay, yeah, I see these things because these are very much the trope, and then these other bits and pieces and stuff, that definitely makes more sense. So that was really nice, being able to get feedback about the personalities beyond what I could put together.
Interesting.
Because some of the characters, like the Halfling Thief, I had a better idea of, but then like the Winged Elf, like I knew she was a fighter. Really, that was kind of it. And so it's like, how do I do this with this character? And then I went through and went through a bunch of stories. I figured out the character kit that she was using for that character, and fed it into the AI, and the AI is like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other thing is like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that definitely explains why this character is the way that the character is, and does a much better job explaining what I was completely missing.
Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm mesmerized drawing feathers while listening to the choir in the background.
Yeah, well, I was looking at that. Did you get inspiration for the look of the angel from the oh gosh, what's that one statue called? That's on the edge of the cliff. I think over in Europe somewhere.
I pulled the inspiration from about a handful of photos. So one is a statue, a couple are drawings, and a couple of statues. But it's kind of not a one-to-one of any one of them, but kind of taking a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one. Because I drew, this is I think the fourth time I drew it. I erased it like 3 times. You could tell if I zoomed in, you'd see like there's ghosts of other shapes. So it took me a while to figure out how he would look best on the double page spread, right?
Yeah.
I had tried the angel wings expanded. I tried him further away, seeing more of his legs and stuff, and it wasn't giving the impact. And then this one felt right.
Well, good. Glad you found a look that you were looking for.
Yeah, you never know how many times it's going to take. Like, I like to keep erasing. I find that if I'm not satisfied, just don't adopt something you're not satisfied with. Just keep going. Keep trying new stuff. If it's not vibing, if it's not giving you the feeling you're expecting, it's not giving you the impact you want, try another one. Keep trying. And then eventually you find it. Because you can redraw the structure pretty quickly, right? It's not like redrawing the full page of details. Like, I wouldn't go into this many details if I didn't feel right about it. But like when you're drawing the shapes and the structure, you're like, okay, I can try something else. And you keep trying. You don't always get it on the first try. These kids now with these computers, they can just draw digitally all the time and just Control Z, save one folder, save the other folder, zoom in, out. So it's crazy the options you have. But when you're doing it old school, you gotta whip out that eraser and do it over again.
Yeah.
And it's lost forever to time unless you took a picture. But I don't always. Especially if I'm not proud of something, I'm not going to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
But I like where this one's going. I think the shadows are going to make a big difference. Like putting dark shadows on it, making it feel like it's part of the foreground. And especially with the lighting, I think it's good. It's going to throw the spotlight on the character and the city below, just lit neon lights. And I'm going to add rain to it. You know, a scene is important when there's rain, right? That's the number one thing. And yeah, it's coming along, man. I'm loving it. It's the beginning of a new adventure, a second book, like just the very first pages. So it's super exciting. I think in the second book, I'm thinking about leveling the art standard up a little bit, trying to push things a little further than I did with issue 1. Just keep improving, seeing the improvements, and trying stuff, spending more time, more detail, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm knowing my story a lot more as time passes, you know, get to think, reflect, and delve into the characters like you were talking about with your characters. I can go in and, okay, what's the logic of this one? What's her relationship to him? How do these two know each other? All that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm having a little fun with it because it's a campy superhero story. So I feel I can do more soap opera type stuff, you know, like over the top a little bit.
Okay.
Dramatic stuff you wouldn't do in regular drama, I guess. But it's fun, man. It's a beautiful art form. I thought I would hate drawing the city a lot more, but it went pretty well. It's not done yet. I still got to add more details, but got to get into it.
Now, is the helicopter chasing him down or something?
No, they're kind of both. Because you don't see the helicopter in the first book. It appears like in the background in the second book. It just lands. It's like the B plot. He's the A plot. This is the B plot. They're not linked here, but you kind of follow both of them throughout the story. So this is a way to start with the camera on both of them at the same time without them interacting.
Okay.
Yeah. But they eventually will, though. I mean, it's kind of also foreshadowing a little bit. But comics take a long time for the story to move forward.
Yeah.
You got to draw a lot of pages, so things you read really quickly take a long time to set up and draw. So it's you got to keep your mind where you want to go, where the puck is going, as Wayne Gretzky used to say. You got to quote Wayne Gretzky is a good Canadian. Good Canadian. Yeah, you got to know where you're going, but at the same time, you can't lose sight of where you're at in the moment.
Yep. Oh, hey, animation overload.
Hey, we've got animation. How's everybody doing? We're good, man. Wrangler has stepped away for 15-20 minutes. So I'll be right back. We got myself and Raven Nevermore are kind of hanging out and talking about what's happening with characters, with Supergirl. Why wasn't it successful? What do we like about a lot of stories and stuff? I guess is where we were going. And I'm drawing a lot of details, a lot of feathers.
Where the AI analysis of characters really helped me was with the 2 NPC characters. Because during the D&D campaign, they were the tanks.
Okay.
And so it's like, it was just easy, simple thing for the DM to handle and deal with.
Yeah.
There wasn't any question about, how they worked. They were just there to soak up damage, to be the focus points. And so it's like, how do I go through and include them in the story?
Yeah.
And there's a recent anime that was something about the fifth child of a nobleman or something like that. And it's an isekai. And the guy, from whatever the previous story is into this new story about him being the fifth child of some nobleman, he shows up in the middle of a very fancy dinner. and so he figures that he has it made and stuff. And then the next day he comes to realization of what's going on, because they're taking down all the decorations that block all the the walls are falling apart. They're eating soup as their main meal, and it's not even good soup, and just all these things that are actually pointing out to him the fact that this really isn't in a good situation. But
I'm back.
hey,
How you doing?
I see some folks have joined us in the chat as well.
That's
Yep.
right. Got some
Brian
visitors.
McCopp, and we were talking about you earlier. What's up, Animation Overload? Sorry if I'm interrupting. I just saw they were there. I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, how dare you interrupt people on your own show, Wrangler?
I know. I can be an ass sometimes.
But because of that anime, I was like, you know what, I maybe might be able to use that as some influence. And so I was looking up in ancient times, are there any interesting stories about like the fifth son of a nobleman or something that had to go and do something of their own, because they're not going to inherit their father's wealth, right? They have the title, but that's it. And I came across the Hotville. I think that's the right pronunciation. The Hotville brothers, and they were Normans. Their father had like a whole bunch of kids, and he wasn't very wealthy. So this is about the time that the Saracens have invaded Italy, and they've taken over Sicily and such. And so 2 or 3 of the brothers go down to become mercenaries in Italy. And they do such a great job. Some other Norman nobleman ends up giving them a landed estate, and they become a local lord, and they keep bringing down their younger brothers and stuff to come and help out, because they keep expanding into the Saracens' territory that they've taken over. And the first one that's landed ends up dying, and so the one of the other brothers takes over. And about that time, like another of their brothers ends up showing up, and then that second one ends up dying, so the third one takes over, and another brother back from Normandy ends up coming down to join them to help take over. And it's like over time they end up expanding their holdings and stuff, but it's an interesting real world historical reference to a family of sons who were not going to inherit their family's wealth, and they had to go off and create their own wealth and create their own name for themselves.
Well, it's better that way. You appreciate it more, and you don't like waste it like someone who inherited it all and never had to work for it.
Yeah, so I was like,
because then they don't know how to properly handle what they got, and they end up squandering it without realizing. Meanwhile, the Norman brothers got together, formed an LLC, and made names for themselves as the Plumber Brothers. They changed their name to Mario along the way. And
what?
My joke is not working. I'm just going to kill it right there while it's dead.
But apparently there's a lot of stories throughout history where some nobleman's kid goes off to make a name for himself and has a man at arms at his side to help guide him along the way and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just going to duplicate that and say that's what's going on with these 2 NPC characters, is that because like one of them was a lord, and I do remember there's a couple instances where we kind of used his nobility to deal with the situation or something. But otherwise he wasn't too fleshed out. But with going through and looking at that story of the brothers dealing with things in Italy and some of the other ones, I was like, I think I can do something with this. And so gave that to the AI along with a couple of the stories of them interacting as part of the actual campaign process. And I got some, because one of the things was that I wasn't sure, should I separate these two and kind of have their own backgrounds or something, or should I just leave them together? And it's kind of like, just leave them together, because it's the nobleman and his man at arms. They have their own personalities, but because the way that they work together, because they always come together and do like a shield wall and stuff, and so they're almost always together at the core of stuff. So that worked out really well. It gives me a bit more character to work with, and they're just the two extra NPCs that the DM attached to stuff.
Yeah. Gives them personality, their own agency in the story.
Which I had been trying to do, but I really wasn't coming through as well with like their personalities and stuff. And then
well, it's hard in the beginning because you don't know them, right? You're like, who is this character in the background? He's all fuzzy and blurry, and like, okay, he does this thing, but what else is going on with him?
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I really like how the chapter 38 about George comes out. Is it? I really had some good character interactions. Since I now have the characters more well defined and stuff, I give them their own voice and stuff. They're interacting. Just the whole situation is much better. Nice. And the chapter turned out very well, I think.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, stories have to open in an organic way, right? It has to feel like the characters are true, and you can believe the stories are true that way.
Yeah, but that was part of why I wanted to drag this out and get like most of the story done before I try to go back and publish stuff, because I'm trying to get a sense of the characters, and my alpha readers said, hey, this kind of just sounds like a travelogue of events. There's no real character building.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that seems to be missing from a lot of modern stories is the inspiration. Remember, stories used to inspire and like instill good principles in people, that give them something that make them want to strive to do better on their own lives. And that seems to be missing from a lot of the current what we see in Hollywood and stuff.
And like one of the alpha readers was like, for some reason I got the vibe that this was like a group of bad guys, like rebels or something, but then every time they interact with somebody, they help people. And I'm like, okay, I really need to include the backstory in order to get people to understand where this is going.
That's
because
funny.
The short blurb I apparently had of because part of it also is that there's certain words that we have because of certain groups of people and stuff, and there just aren't those groups of people in the campaign world, and so those words don't come up. And so like I don't talk about slavery, I talk about forced labor and such.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that was kind of what they thought, was that, like my characters were like bad guys that have been captured by the state and thrown in a forced labor camp to work off their time or whatever. And it's like, no, these were like flesh peddlers that captured them and forced them to work. And I think that's it's better explained in the backstory portion of what I had. And so I think I need to include that, so people understand, no, that they escaped from slavery and they really hate people that deal in that. And that's kind of what sets them off on this tangent of, let's go destroy all of these slavers we're coming across. but also because they were kidnapped, they're tracking or trying to track down people that have likewise been kidnapped, and they're trying to help set them free.
Yeah, it's that premise. It's used a lot, but there are so many different ways you can use that premise for a whole bunch of different storytelling devices.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just want to let everybody know.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better, stronger, faster.
The hedge is here.
He has
What's up,
landed.
man?
Hang on.
We're hanging on.
Whenever he threw something, they have that. Anyways,
I'm gonna have to find that sound effect and like drop it in the media assets so I can just play that.
yep.
I can't. I'm not Michael Winslow. I can't reproduce it.
Oh my.
I had something to show you guys.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So okay. So what do I do here? So I do that and image file. It's we'll find that. Did this last night.
Are you trying to share screen?
Yep.
Aha.
Oh, it's a map.
Yes. You'll never guess what
treasure.
you never guess what that map is for.
Even better. It's not just a map. It's a
Another
picture
book.
of a map.
Yes, for my next book.
Ooh.
Is there a way to zoom in on that?
I don't know. Let me hang on. Let me stop sharing this.
Zoom and enhance.
Does that overlap some of the map from one of the last books?
No, this is actually further north. Let me share this guy. Share screen and window. Share.
Oh, hold on. This one. Is that this one?
Yeah.
How's this? There you go.
Awesome.
Zoom and enhance.
I'm not sure I like the all the watery stuff for like in here.
Those are all lakes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be swamp. I don't know if I like that. So,
Get out of my swamp.
but this actually maps the travel of the Odo, the main character, through and some of the reference things. He starts way down here. This place actually isn't mentioned in the book, but he stops there, stops here, there, and actually starts going this way, but then has to cross over here.
That's mountainous area or foothills?
Foothills, rough foothills. And so then from here, he has an event here, then travels to here, and then travels to there. And then he actually goes across the water because there's a peninsula here. He actually goes this way and up. And I didn't bother doing a map for the other place because it's two locations and it's not worth doing.
Now, how's that the main name pronounced there? Severdania?
Yeah, Savadania. Savadania? I don't know.
Metroidvania? What?
I made up a language by basically taking Finnish, Russian, German, and Polish, and sort of mashing them up till I got words that I liked.
I would expect a lot more consonants from that mix.
Well, like I said, there's also a lot of Finnish in there. Finnish is a weird language. So, and there's a little
I'm
bit of
not even
German.
familiar with what the accent sounds like from that language, to be honest.
Well, I'll leave that to Steve if he decides to do the audiobook.
The audiobook.
So
Yeah, that you're giving him quite a bit to do with the
yeah,
accent, aren't you?
he might never want to do another one after that. So, yeah, I did this last night. It's not to scale. That's the reason why I didn't put a scale in. It's not to scale. So,
Yeah, otherwise those would be some seriously big buildings right there.
Yeah.
Bebeninia? Bebeninia?
Bebeninia. And this is Molsegori, which is I referenced this mountain chain in several books, and the area like where the Revenant and the Tomb was. This continues, and it's actually like way down in the south. It's way south
so
of
this
here.
is north of all the previous rain we've seen in your other books.
Yes, it's the land of Sevadani, Dani, whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to pronounce it.
So when it comes to Revenant in the Tomb, this is Canada.
Yeah, like the upper north of Canada, or kind of like Sweden.
Sevadania.
Or New Hampshire.
Like the
Snow and mountains. Oh.
That could be mine. Hey there. Hey there, Jessica. So
Yeah, that's cool. I could never do a map like that. That's pretty cool.
Well,
I mean, I know there's software and stuff to do it, but I don't know how as of yet.
Actually, there's a guy who sells fonts that do a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I got Clip Studio Pro, and once you kind of master that, the rest is easy. You know, it's just time consuming. So it's got everything in here. It's got, a line drawing thing for rivers and, pre-made hills, the swamp stuff, the mountains, and experimenting a little bit, like using an eraser with a partial fade allowed me to put like the names over the regions and then just kind of fade out some of the stuff behind it so it stands out. So, just it took me I think good part of a day, but once you learn, it's not that tough. And they're not that expensive. I think I think it was Clip what is it? Clip Studio? Yeah, Clip Studio Paint or Clip Studio Pro is only, I think it's less than $100. And the fonts to do this, I used the combination of their free fonts and there's a font, and then there's the free fonts, and then there's the landscape fonts, and I think that was like either $34 or $39. So for under $200, you can, you have an investment where you can make whatever maps you want, and they look decent. I wouldn't say that I'm exactly an artist, but far sight better than I could ever do.
Right? Yeah, that's awesome.
Corey.
So as we're looking at the map of the far north, we're hearing from far south, all the way down in Australia. What's up, Corey Barton? Australia is awake.
What is down?
Good eye.
Hey, Corey.
He says, the heck is this? Too many hills, no hot babes. As usual, he's leaning on that O button.
Oh, yeah.
Hoot, babes.
All right. There you go, Corey. Just for you.
All right, I'll stop sharing this. So, anyways, yeah, that's the next book, and the majority of the book is within that map.
I've got a hot babe being rescued right here, Corey. She's just in early pencil stages. Save me from inflation.
Corey says the O button is the best key on my keyboard.
It's the only one that's red on his keyboard.
Yeah, if you ever look at his keyboard, you're going to see the letter on all the keys except the O button is going to be blank because it's worn off.
I used to work with a person who she was a programmer. She had been there for decades, and she had been using the same keyboard for like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And it was like all the letters were rubbed off.
Yeah, I had a keyboard like that, but it was backlit, so it was like everything was worn down, and it's like just lights are coming through the center of the keys.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, because when you know how to type, you don't need to see the letters on the keyboard.
Then I had another one that was missing keys because my cats would walk over it, a claw would get hooked in there, and they'd pop it off.
They'd pop out the keyboard with their claws? That's bad.
They pop keys out with their claws when they walked across the laptop.
I don't think I've ever had that happen to me.
Yeah, Shadow did that a lot to my old laptop, my cat Shadow.
Back, yeah. An older laptop.
Oh yeah, that was back before I even started writing. That was back when Google was still a decent search engine, and it actually brought you to the websites you were looking for. Remember when Google used to be awesome?
The good old days.
Everything used to be awesome in the 90s. The Matrix got it right. It's all downhill after 1999.
Maybe the Mayan calendar was more correct than we thought. After 2012, it just all fell apart.
Don't forget GeoCities.
Yeah, I mean, it fell apart in 2001.
Don't forget playing British Legends on CompuServe. I used a modem and a program called PC Link.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember that.
When we got rid of the 600 baud modem and replaced it with a 1200 baud modem, I was like, woohoo, we're cruising now.
This is like light speed, dude.
56K, watch out.
And then somebody called the house and knocked me offline. Dang it.
Dude, this modem's got 9600 baud. 9600 baud. How do they go that fast on a freaking telephone line, man?
I pity the people who had like an older sister who was on the phone all the time. And you could never get it. But yeah, you had to connect. That's where I stopped with learning the Commodore 64. I learned everything about that machine and programming, but never had a modem, so I couldn't get into dangerous stuff, I guess. I'd probably be in jail
now. Corey says, Google is AI now. Not even good AI. Gets offended when you ask it to talk like a hot babe. But Grok don't have that problem.
Yeah, they're super weird. super woke.
Gemini finally stopped making images.
What was the Google avatar that Musk made? Was called Annie or something like that?
Well, Musk doesn't do Google; he does X.
I mean, the Grok avatar. I'm sorry, not the Google avatar. The Grok avatar that Musk did. It was, I think it was called Annie. That kind of came and went and didn't stick around, huh?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't recall that.
I'm going to look it up now to see if I'm even remembering it correct.
I think she was in at least one of the Skybrow's music videos.
Like the Emily videos?
Huh?
Yep. Okay. I just asked Google if Grok had an avatar named Annie, and it says yes. Grok features an animated AI companion named Annie. That was ANI, not ANNIE. Often referred to as Annie by users in early interactions. Who is a 2D goth style anime girl with blonde pigtails. Launched in July 2025 as part of Grok 4 update. She's available on the iOS app for Super Grok subscribers and is characterized by a flirtatious personality and an NSFW mode that alters her appearance. That sounds right up your alley, Corey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that character ended up in one of the Skybrow's animated music videos.
She's a hoe.
Let's see. Oops. Yeah, it doesn't do full size screen pictures like it used to. Again, another way Google went downhill. You could click on a picture and you got the full screen picture. But let's see. Wait, open image in new tab. Let's see if that works. Yep, okay. I stand corrected. There we go. That's Annie.
Okay, yeah, I remember this.
Can I reprogram her to wear coveralls and an orange and yellow flannel shirt?
No clue.
And I just rename her Haley? No. I guess that's a paid tier of Grok that I'm not on.
Yeah, I think you have to pay like hundreds per month. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's cool, but not that cool.
Yeah, I have Grok, but I don't have the super duper. There's lots of tiers you can get into.
All right, Corey says you got a sub for Annie. I think pay a lot of cash. If only I had a Bitcoin, could probably afford it.
Maybe.
A Bitcoin. My internet for a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. There we go.
I'm drawing feathers in the city. This 2 pages is going to take a long time.
Yeah. You keep doing that to yourself, but you know what? You always seem pretty happy by the time you're done with what you
I
got.
think it's worth it in the end, yeah. But I know that I may cover some of these feathers with dark shadows too and silhouettes.
You know what? I don't need Annie. I got Haley.
There you go. Don't cheat on your own character with Annie. She's a hoe, as some would say.
I don't know if Corey was saying a hoe or if the O key just got stuck on his keyboard again.
Ooh la la. I gotta send you the wavelength, right? I don't think I sent you the high res yet, have I?
No, you haven't. I do
high-res.
have.
I'll
Where
try
is
to
it?
give you an intermediate resolution that you can use too.
Where did I put it in this? Because I had it up earlier.
Yeah, you got the photo. I sent you like a photo.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was just a.
but the photo has shadows
That's a
and
picture
texture.
of the drawing, not the scan drawing itself.
Yeah, I'll give you a proper scan, which is fully flat, same luminosity. This is just like a photo with the lighting from above. There she is.
And still looks awesome.
Nice.
I understand when you send me the actual scan, it's going to be a lot more crisp
Yeah.
and probably a little brighter.
Yes, it will. Be all white and all black. High contrast, as they say.
Every time I look at this picture, Frederick, I want one. I want to fly this thing.
I hear the sounds, like I hear the rotors and the bleeps and
Actually, it's unusually quiet in Atmo.
even in the interiors, like you don't have like software that makes bleeps and bloops.
Oh yeah, you will. But I mean, like you don't hear the engines roaring because it works by
Oh, it's electric.
boogie woogie woogie. Yeah, it creates repulsion fields, that react with the gravity.
Yeah,
I mean, it
never
does
been
use the
attracted
thrusters
to.
for forward movement, but
I can't say that I've ever been attracted to repulsion fields.
meaning when it lifts off, it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. You just hear a soft hum.
Yeah.
Obviously, when those thrusters kick in, you're going to hear a little more noise. But for the VTOL, it's pretty hush hush.
There you go.
Up and my desk is being
Take it over.
taken over again, being conquered by the cat. What's up, Hayes?
Welcome to the show, Hayes.
Purr into the microphone. I held the microphone up to him, and he like bunted his forehead against it, and then brushed his cheek against it.
There you go. He likes this.
Yeah. Oh, show's got to stop because I need to pet my cat. hey,
Stop
not on
everything.
the keyboard, not on the keyboard. We have this conversation quite often, buddy.
I don't think you're winning this conversation, Wrangler.
I usually don't.
What you need is a fake keyboard on the top of the desk, and then a pull-out drawer with the real keyboard.
Yeah. It also doesn't help that he likes to lay on my forearms.
Well, you need fake forearms that like plug into a heater.
Like Johnny Depp had one time in Mexico.
Yeah. We should sell these as a kit, Raven, like the full kit.
Yeah.
The cat decoy kit.
Make $1 million. Hey, you come up with the right idea, you can make $1 million.
$1
Yeah, what's an original idea we could come up with? People are going to love it. One of those as seen on TV things. Got it. Flypaper origami. Nothing could go wrong with that one.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
gosh.
Yeah, give the origami instructions to your kids along with the flypaper. Say, hey, go fold it into this. What could possibly go wrong? No, Hayes, you can't have flypaper. That paw is awfully close to the keys, buddy.
For me, it's when his paw's on the trackpad, and then I try to use the trackpad, but it zooms in because there's two fingers.
Oh, because you're on the laptop still, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No, Hayes? I was going to say we've talked about this, but he knows. He just doesn't care. It's like, I am cat. I do what I want.
Oh, is that a sword?
Yes, it is.
Good eye, Raven.
This here, yeah. It's probably going to be more obvious when it's colored. Like I think as a colored thing, the hilt is going to shine more, and you're going to see the straps on the sheath, and maybe some rivets shine some light too.
Single edge or double edge?
Well, I hadn't thought that through because it doesn't come out of its sheath.
It's a flame
Well,
edge.
Just
Angels have flaming swords.
Probably like I would imagine double.
something to think about, because one of my characters is a winged elf, and they specifically prefer a single edge sword. That way, if they fumble, they don't accidentally cut their wings.
Oh,
You know what?
dude.
If they've put that much thought into it, that means at some point something has gone horribly wrong during training.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
think about that one.
I feel bad for whoever had to discover this information for the rest.
You've given me food for thought, Raven.
Now, she does have a magical sword that is double-edged because it was one that we found. But her main, she typically sticks with her wing sword, which is a single edge. She only uses the magical one if we run into something that requires a magical weapon.
And she's got to be a lot more careful whenever using that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gives her an advantage in one area and gives her a potential problem in another at the same time. Very double-edged sword of you.
And then the other thing is, instead of using bows like elves tend to like, they have to use crossbows because of the muscles for using a bow conflict with the muscles used for wings.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I have angels in Warhammer, and they use blasters.
Yeah, that's a completely different muscle group.
I have birdmen, and they use Glocks. Well, actually, do the angels in Warhammer use blasters?
Yeah, they do. What do they call them? They don't call them blasters. They call them something else. Yeah, you got melee weapons. You got blasters, as they call
The
them.
holy pistol.
Yeah, they're fun. They're kind of based on Joan of Arc, so they're the only women faction in 40k. But all their detailing is like a church. It's like freaking medieval France, right? You got the fleur-de-lis on everything. You got ornamentation on the tanks, and it's pretty wild if you're into that kind of stuff.
Bring forth the holy hand grenade.
Yeah, and they have some prisoners that are penitent, and they're in these kind of mechanical machines that also make them suffer in a weird way. So yeah, it's 40k. It's got a lot of lore to it, and you can dive deep into the rabbit hole of every faction, every character, almost like every freaking. There's a lot of detailed lore.
Let's finally able to put Corey's comment on screen. Age was making it difficult to click the mouse.
Looks I mine.
Joan of Arc was part of the 100 Years' War.
Rahili. Did she win?
Did she win?
What's the final score?
She was a flaming success.
Yeah. Joan of Arc, she was hired by the French and fired by the English.
Yep. But the whole 100 Years' War was 5 generations of kings fighting over who was the king of France.
They must have all really liked France to fight over it that much.
Well, it's funny because it was the king of England and the king of France fighting over who got that position.
Yeah, the King of England wanted to be the King of France. Is that what you're saying?
So his mother was the sister of the king of France. And so when the king of France died with no heir, he tried to claim that he was the king. Not only that, but the king of England was part of the Norman invasion. And the Norman invasion, the Normans were from Normandy in France.
And that checks out.
So they were dukes in France already, and then they took over England and became kings in England. So they're both dukes in France and kings of England. And that all goes back to the French king originally hiring Vikings to help him take over the rest of what is now France.
Damn French. I mean,
Vikings.
Sounds like they're being greedy bastards. Like, you already got a kingdom. Can't you be happy with that one?
Yeah, well, it all goes back to the fall of Rome.
What did the Romans ever do for us?
They collapsed.
Right.
And then the Empire of Charlemagne took over. And that was basically what is now currently known as Germany, France, and northern Italy, and some other places, but that's basically it.
Which is now known as Europe.
Yep. Or the main portion of Europe. And then after many generations, that collapsed into a lot of little kingdoms. And then it was just rebuilding all of those kingdoms back up.
So did Billy's commission on Dinah just get you addicted to doing feathers?
Something must be a curse. Well, I think it's the love of attention to detail and stuff like that. And I figured I'm going to put in an angel. I'm going to draw all the details, but he's only in one panel per book. So I don't have to draw him on the next page. Like, he's gone. He's just one apparition. So I kind of like figure it's worth the money shot, because I wouldn't do this in every panel. It'd be insane.
Yeah.
This is because it's like a cinematic shot. You kind of want to impress the viewer, and he's in the foreground. There's going to be a lot of detail. There's going to be rain. We're going to see the texture of the feathers on his back. So,
And a double page splash is the right place to do something like that.
yeah, exactly. And then we don't see him for the rest of the book. So
He's made his cameo.
that's it. You want him to shine bright and take a lot of space when he's there, because he's not there for very long. Why a guy angel? What the fuck? Why not a female angel?
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah. I think Corey means like, why not a female angel with boobs? Maybe I should do an alternate version. Maybe I should do a special boobs edition. I guess.
I just had an emergency pop up. I'll be back later.
Okay. Catch you later. I mean, I guess there could be female angels at some point.
If you want to be lore accurate, apparently they're all male.
Well, there you go. And I would think the female angel, he would have noticed her. The male angel kind of goes unnoticed. Because if this was a hot babe with boobs, there's no way he would have not seen her. So it would have totally broken the story.
Yep.
But there is this hot babe he's carrying. Look at this. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit. See, you get a nice view. You get a nice shot here. Page 1, book 2. Coming to you probably next year, maybe later. We'll see. I think I'm going to do more pages with this one. I'm going to go like 32 instead of 24. More or less. We'll see what the exact count is at the end, but I kind of want to make it bigger a little bit, because 24 goes by in the blink of an eye, which is fine for the first one, because I kind of wanted to have something I could finish and be done with it. Well, not in that sense, but you know what I mean. Something that doesn't take an eternity, which still took 2 years to do. So
Yeah.
but this one will be faster, I think. I know the story. The plot's already laid out. All the design work is done. Company, logo, title, graphics, names. A lot of stuff is just figured out now. So it's mostly focused on the art and writing, which is good.
Yeah, you already got most of the characters done, figured out.
Yeah, a lot of secondary too. So I've got stuff for more books down the line. So, well, you know how it is being a writer like you. you see further down, you see what's coming. You set things up nice and slow, and it takes time for things to.
We do. I mean, yes. Yes, we do.
I don't know. I'm new to this writing thing. I figured you guys knew what you were doing.
We certainly do.
Of course.
God damn it.
I have a number of slow burns in mind.
A number of slow burns? Yeah, that's good. Because you got to have like your chapter arc, your story arc, your, multiple generations pass this down to my children arc. I'm looking at you, Frank Herbert.
Yeah, I don't know that I have anything like that quite yet, but I've got a couple of arcs that go across a couple what will end up becoming multiple books.
Yeah, and books are larger than comic books in terms of content and moving the story forward.
Yep.
You can say more in a book because there's more room for words without all those pesky pictures.
Oh, I got Bran Mac Morn by Robert E. Howard over the weekend.
Oh, he's the guy that does Conan, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And let's see, who did the artwork in this? Gary Gianni. And he's done a lot of art in this. Like the last couple of pages are just various different sketches he's done of different things. Then he also has a bunch of images throughout the stories that relate back to the stories.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad the second book that showed up is actually in order. Because the first book that I had, the printing was really bad. I mean, the table of contents was like halfway through the book.
No. Oh, you were talking about that before the stream.
Yeah.
Or earlier. Yeah. Really? Well, either that's bad or that's a good thing, and you got a rare thing that you want to keep and sell later.
Yeah, I don't know how collectible that would be.
I mean, if it's a classical press, it could be collectible. If it's like Amazon print on demand, maybe not.
Yeah, I think, let's see, somebody was saying it's a Del Rey. Oh, yeah, okay, it's a Del Rey trade paperback.
But it could be worth something.
It's a collection of the various different short stories that he wrote.
Oh,
so and it's his original, not the edited by like.
It's like
who was it?
Raw, unedited.
Yeah, and it even has one of the stories that he started and never finished.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I picked him up because I like the Conan books. Let's see, who was the guy that edited the Conan books? Dang it, let me look that up. Yes, Robert E. Howard. Who was this? Sprague de Camp. So a lot of the old Conan stories were edited by Sprague de Camp. Okay. And he modified things for the quote-unquote modern audience that the trade publications wanted for like their magazines and such.
Oh, so we could have like Conan with pronouns?
No, we're talking about like the 1930s and stuff. And so they thought readers wanted sexy stuff. And so like in Howard's original, one of his original stories, he ends up fighting and really hating this queen or princess or something.
Yeah.
And at the end of Howard's writing of it, I think he's killed her. Well, in Sprague de Camp's change of things, Instead, they get hot and sexy and adult
Dodge
things
corral.
happen. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. You know, you read the first part of the thing, and like Conan is absolutely pissed off and frustrated and wants to kill her, and then you get to the end, and instead of killing her, you know, that goes on, and it's like it seems kind of weird and odd and stuff, and that's because it was edited for the modern audiences at the time.
Yeah, completely rewritten at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Some
getting
parts, yeah.
getting to read the original where it's definitely the savage barbarian who's not really savage, like he's not running around doing wild chaotic things. He has a real purpose for what he's doing. Nolan ain't lore accurate. Yep.
Oh, but he's gonna win an Academy Award, I bet. He's checking off all the boxes. He's gonna be like flop in the theaters and bring home the little golden statue and get into the club. This is what we used to call selling out back in my day.
What's Corey talking about? The Blue Elf Babe books.
So probably he's talking about Immortal Rising, the covers that he did of the Blue Elf lady from Immortal Rising. Aaron's also known as Aaron C. C.
Okay, was that like the big giant one that was on one of the covers?
She took
Or am I
up a
thinking
lot
of
of
different?
Well, she was a big blue babe, well endowed on top of one of his covers. Because I think you could get alternate covers.
I think wasn't that one of the ones that Royce really liked?
Oh, I'm sure he liked it. It's a great book. Wrangler did an exhaustive review of it too. Like he did a full video, all edited with appropriate zooms and display of the panels and stuff. And he put a lot of time into it. It's kind of impressive. We also did a review of Volume 1 with Billy Bawb, and we were supposed to do Volume 2, but life got in the way.
I've not seen him in a while. How's he doing?
He's doing good. I've talked to him recently. He sounds like he's very busy, but he wants to, he's been coming back to the show on Tuesday. We've been seeing him from time to time.
Okay.
So he's not too far, but we haven't seen him on Monday for a while.
Busy is good. Means you get in less trouble.
Yeah. And he moved, a few months ago, and he's got a lot of stuff to take care of. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that can be busy.
Yeah, that can last for a little while until you're fully settled in with everything to your liking and to your needs and stuff. So I think that kind of kept him busy. I got to scan these as well. When they're done in pencil, I always scan them. And just in case, if I mess up the inks, I can always reprint the blue lines of the pencils. Yep. But if you mess it up and you kept no trace, it's like it's gone forever. At least the blue line it's frustrating, but it's almost like a safe state. It's Control S, scan. Keep it on file just in case. I mean, but I haven't fucked anything up since I was a teenager, to be honest. And then I was using like freaking classical pens and brushes, and so there'd be a lot of dipping in the inks and stuff, and that once in a while you'll get a drop that'll fall on the paper on the page, or you know, a little bit of, you know, you'll press too hard on the nib and it'll pop a little bit of ink. So you got to fix all that. It keeps you busy. But you don't have those kinds of problems with digital inking and all the modern things that kids these days will do. Damn kids.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, it's good to be starting a project. I can't wait for the ending of the other one to be really done, completed. But this one's already started, so the beginnings are way more fun. I think it's just more potential.
Oh yeah.
More things you can do, more freedom to try stuff, more exploring. Everything is possible in the beginning. And towards the end, okay, we got to wrap it up now. We got to clean up all this mess that we made. We got to make sure all the lines are crossed, all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and everything is perfectly hunky-dory. But that's what I like about this serial approach to storytelling. You could tell it in chapters and keep going and keep moving forward with the momentum, and but you're inventing along at the same time too. So there's that.
A little bit at a time.
I mean, I did set some important milestones that I know ahead of time what they are going to be, but there's still a little bit of randomness, and the characters have to have their own bit of freedom, I think, for the story to feel true to them.
Yep.
Because apparently the readers know it when you fake it.
So what is the secondary story with the helicopter?
So the big bad boss is in the helicopter. So he's coming down to the rooftop of his building, and he's going to meet with the characters who kind of failed their mission in the first book. And they're going to have like a harsh talking to and an ultimatum being put while he's going to try to survive because he's ran out of battery on his drone, so he's completely out of power. So he's probably going to crash. So he's finding a place to crash that's going to be comfy with, which, you know, Montreal, there's a mountain with trees, and so maybe he'll make it in time. So that's kind of where it is. And so we follow the big boss with the helicopter, and then we kind of dive into his headquarters and discover his artificial intelligence that he's building with no constraints whatsoever.
Uh-oh.
And she's going to be let loose onto the world. She's going to be another player in this game. It's going to be up to no good. And she's called Amélie. Because it's a French name, and it also stands for artificial machine, something or other. I forget it. I'd have to look up my notes, but I have this whole anagram thing.
Cool.
Telegram for Mongo. Anagram for Mongo.
What's that?
Nothing.
Digital is the shiz, right? So we got Corey, who's in the digital side. I don't know, man. I love the feeling of working on a piece of paper. I love to hold it in my hands, just going back to tactile, because I've been a web developer for years and years. So like to get away from the computer is a blessing. I mean, I'm not really that far away. Like it's streaming right to my next to me with the mic plugged in and the camera, but I'm drawing like on paper, and it's got this tactile feel to it, and you can't zoom in infinitely, because I think you could lose a lot of time too when you zoom in extra to your stuff. But both have. I'm not shitting on digital because both have their qualities. That's for sure. But I don't know. For me, it feels natural to do pen and paper. Plus, I love originals. I love selling the original to somebody who is a collector and loves the piece. So that's always a fun addition.
Well. Neil Harmon of Angel Studios commented on one of my posts.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to share?
Hang on. And I almost have as many followers as he does.
Wow.
He's only got like about 1,000 more followers than I do. I'll show you. Hang on. Yeah, let me share this.
Is he yelling at you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Share screen. Window.
Is Wrangler here? No, he stepped away, right? He just didn't mute himself.
Yep.
Okay, I got you, Herman. Oh, my computer's starting to get slow. I need to change my... Here we go.
Wife and I want to go see Young Washington today in the movie theater. My thoughts? Answer: more of this, please. Working on it. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, I've been hearing some good comments about it.
That's cool.
So it's quite. It starts out. They show like a scene in the middle of the movie. In the middle of the movie, at the very beginning, and then they say 13 years earlier or something like that. And so it shows them.
Scratch, you might be wondering how I got into this situation.
Exactly. So, it goes back to when he was younger. Excuse me, and his dad dies. And, it shows his half brother kind of taking charge in his life and, being an influence. So, but yeah, it was a really good movie.
Cool. We need more of those because it's starting to feel rare sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you have a guy who is, who all self-taught and, knew the value of civility and virtue and the lessons he learns along the way. So, good movie. Ends with a very good kind of a very good message.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
I will stop sharing. I find it interesting. The guy only has like 1,000 more followers than I do.
Wow, you're famous, Hedge.
I have like 2,400 followers. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Half of those I end up booting because they're bot accounts, Nigerian scammers. Yeah, I keep my followers pretty thing because I don't want to have like 10,000 followers. Next thing I know, I'm reduced to like 2 because they're all bots.
Yeah. Well, bots will hurt your engagement because they won't interact like a real person would.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, still dealing with something. I should have this wrapped up in a few minutes, though.
I'm sure they have an ointment that will fix that.
There's no ointment for this one, I'm afraid.
Oh,
but thanks for trying. All right, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Sounds good, Wrangler. We got this. I'm just squeezing towards my computer here. All right, don't talk at the same time, everybody. One at a time, please. Come on.
Funny thing happened to me on the way to the forum.
I want to see if I have like some clips to share. There's always like some funny clips I put to the side.
Can you like rotate a brush in like, because I use as you're trying to draw?
I mean, some do. It's a property within the brush. Now, I'm not familiar with Clip Studio because I don't use that one specifically, but it's definitely a functionality that some brushes have. Yeah. They'll follow the direction of whatever, direction you're going with your pen or whatever. But yeah, there are some that do, but it's not always a sure case.
So one thing I don't like about this toolkit, this map toolkit, is that you can't just like draw. It's like you can't just draw like with a line. It's a bunch of images that you can kind of connect together. It supposedly says you can, but I'm not able to get that to work.
Yeah, probably it's a question of knowing the software, because those types of software are usually like loaded with features, so you got to learn a little bit how to use it, is my guess. I use Krita, so it took me a while. I had to watch a couple of hours of how-tos and how does the software work to get my head wrapped around it, but it worked pretty much the same way that Photoshop did, with a couple of extra features. But you got to know where everything is, where all the buttons are, and how to get out of certain contexts and into others, which is probably what you're looking for. Different tool or different context is my guess. I'm gonna officially switch the category of this channel to ASMR. I'm just gonna zoom in the mic on my pencil and hear it scratching on the paper.
Actually, I kind of like that.
That's kind of cool. Fall asleep to me drawing. I'll be penciling on a thick textured paper while it's raining outside on my hot tin roof.
Scritch, scritch.
While the cat is making its claws on the scratching post. Members only.
Only drawings.
Only hands. There we go. It's possible to make too many details too, right? It's like, am I drawing too many details? No, that's impossible. He's also wearing, what do you call it, like chainmail on his arms. But luckily, we don't see his arms. Phew.
Does he wear deodorant underneath it?
No, he's an angels don't need deodorant, dude.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
There's nowhere in the Bible does it talk about deodorant.
All right, if you say so, whatever.
Bring it. Bring me the Bible verse talking about armpit odor. I mean, I may be proven wrong.
So, anyways. Okay, I did my part to
Yeah,
Kill
you're
the-
good.
kill
You're
the
good for
smile.
2 minutes. Yeah. My camera's lagging too, so I need to change the ice pack underneath my laptop, which is a totally normal thing to do.
Of course.
Everyone has an ice pack, right? Underneath their laptop, keep it cool. Makes a lot of sense.
Because you just draw so much.
What do you mean? Look how
For
many
my-
fucking windows there are in this drawing. Count the fucking window panes. And I emphasize the word pane.
I don't utilize an ice pack, but I do have an old
Fan, right?
well, I have an old floor grate that went over like the air conditioning vent
Yeah.
that provides enough metal to help act as an external heat sink.
Nice.
Yeah, I was trying to look up movies because I thought there was. Well, there's a bunch of movies out, but I was trying to find one people have been talking about, and it's like,
Well, there's Obsession a few weeks ago, though. I heard people talk about the Obsessed Girlfriend movie. Did you see that? It's a horror film where the girl
Yeah,
is too
Obsession.
much into the guy. Yeah. It sounds fun.
Yeah, that never happened to me. So, and yes, I'm sad about that.
It's supposed to be a horror movie, Harmon.
oh, Moana.
Oh, with The Rock?
Live action, like another cartoon thing made into live action.
Yeah, they're still cartoon, but they're like cartoons with actors who are like looks more realistic. But it's it's not getting a lot of critical acclaim. I don't think people are not impressed. And the one with The Rock is not selling. I don't think.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean, The Rock he's well known, but he's also a bit washed up.
Yeah, I think people are mad at him again over politics or something.
Well, the Oprah Winfrey thing in Hawaii when they were raising funds after the...
Yeah.
I remember. Peppermint Farm remembers.
I don't remember if it was him or somebody else, but apparently there's some actor that wouldn't give their political view on something, probably because they had learned their lesson before, and so they didn't want to say anything. And then other people were crapping all over them because they wouldn't verbalize their political opinion that they were supposed to have.
Yeah, a few people. There was Jennifer Lawrence, of all things, actually came out and said that, which I know it sounds retarded, and she is, but that was, a broken clock could be right twice a day. And Jennifer Lawrence said you should shut up about your political opinions, which I don't know if she's going to take her own advice, but she did say it.
I think I smell something burning. I'll be right back.
I hope it's not on my end.
And more rock debris. I love rock debris.
Is that a style of music?
No. It's one of the brushes.
Oh. Yeah, you can get some good fun textured brushes.
Yeah, I was thinking about writing some short stories and maybe posting them up on my my Substack. Just those things, you just want all these things I want to do, and I just don't have enough time. Because I'm hanging out with you guys.
Nice.
So
Well, we're happy to have you.
and I think I'm going to bolt because I actually do have things I need to get done tonight. So
I get you.
So tell Wrangler I said goodbye and ask me if he still needs the ointment.
We'll pass on the message. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, talk to you guys later.
Later, Edge. Go and buy his book, ladies and gentlemen. The Hedge. Raven's muted out now. Is it just me, Wrangler? Are you still there? Or am I the last one here? I'm gonna have to end the show, guys. You're all going away. I'm gonna wait for you. I can draw a little bit longer. Keep the show going. And which I'm turning into an art stream. That's right. How about this? Can I throw myself there? There we go. Yeah, it's lagging, man. My laptop is overheating. I'm going to need to change that ice pack, but I don't want to go if I'm the only one here. I don't want to leave you guys hanging, which is not what it's about. But I can.
I just got back.
Oh, and he's back. Because I need to go grab an ice pack from my freezer. If you could hold the stream for a minute or two.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Hey, looks like Wrangler's back as well.
Oh, he's back. That's perfect.
Yes, sir. Oh, and I see Subject Comics in the chat. What's up, man?
Hey, Subject Comics.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got a slow motion family emergency happening in the other room. Had to go deal with. I think it's good for now.
Okay. Well, Frederick had to go change his ice pack, so he'll be right back.
Yeah, that laptop has carried him through quite a bit.
Yep.
I see Herman had to say goodnight.
Yeah, I had to go and check something, and when I got back, he was gone.
Yeah, Herman had to hop off. He's got some stuff to get done tonight, but he said goodbye. He said goodbye. He said something to tell you, but I forget what it was. It was super important.
Subject says, "How's it going? Good looking work you guys got going on."
Good looking. What?
I
Work?
read that like a real professional, stammers and all.
Well, thank you, Subjugate. Nice to see you, man. I hope the comic is coming along well. And yeah, I'm on book 2, man. It's it's really like fun. A lot of good times moving into the beginning of the second book. How did you feel, Wrangler, when you like started working on your second book? Was the first one done? Like how far after the first one were you starting the second one?
Oh, the first one was done before I started the second.
Yeah.
And after the first one was out and I was working on the second, I was sitting there going, all right, that was really cool. Can I really do that again? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
can I meet or even exceed what I did in the first? I'm really not sure. And that comes up again with each one. You know, I was like, here I'm trying to button up book 3, and I am excited about this one because it bit of a different tone, a little more of a serious tone. You know, they're grown up now. They're in kind of a dark situation, but I still try to keep that adventurous atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
And there's some different themes happening in this one. And then I got book 4 that's started already. Excuse me. But I'm still trying to coalesce together what the tone and themes will be for this one.
Yeah, because your book.
I mean, I have the basic plot in mind, but it takes more than just a plot, you know?
Oh yeah, the plot's not enough, right? You got to have the characters and their transformation.
Yep. Or even if there is a flat story arc, there needs to be a theme, what it's about, you know, aside from the plot, what is it about? You know? And what is going to be, I already know the tone on this one. Book 4 is just going to be, it's going to be a more cavalier, adventurous romp. Where book 3 is kind of heavy. So yeah, book 4 is definitely going to be more lighthearted.
Because you're kind of writing book 3 and 4 almost in parallel, right?
Right, they're happening at the same time.
The content
book
is
4,
happening, yeah.
Book 4 splits off from like the first third of book 3. Haley's off with the Marshals doing something with them while Elizabeth is still on Earth dealing with something there, and so they're happening simultaneous. But the branch off happens about a third into book 3, and then book 4 picks up from what Haley goes with the Marshals, and then book 4 picks up what Haley's doing with them while Elizabeth was doing her book 3 stuff on Earth.
Oh my god, I drew almost all the feathers.
And I'm also trying to do it in such a way where if you did pick it up and didn't read the others, you're still getting a complete story. But, you know, I mean, you are getting a self-contained story right there. I don't want to go through and re-explain everything that the readers already know from the previous books. So I'm trying to make them so you can read them standalone and understand them. You might not get all the deep lore and context surrounding every little thing, but you can follow it and enjoy the individual story for what it is. And
yeah,
I don't know how well I'm going to be able to continue to pull that off.
I guess it works to a point, and then it stops working when you need a prerequisite or you're starting to layer stuff on. Where I guess everything has its end, right?
Subject says, we got line work for 15 pages and a cover. 5 more pages, and I'll be releasing a sign-up along with a free 20-page line work preview. Nice.
Cool, man. Keep us in the know.
Nice.
We'll have you on when you're ready to promo, man. When you got your site up, taking emails, all that good stuff. Let me know. Hit me up, DM me, and get get you on the show, man. We'll have a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Always
both
down-
shows. You can come on here and just wing it with us too,
That's right. Well, you got to go on all the shows, man. You got to freaking do the tour, talk to people, get to know everybody, and let people know I got a comic book that's coming. They got to be expecting it. They want to see it grow, get to know you a little bit, because a lot of people are backing the person too, not just the book. They're backing who you are. So getting out there and showing them who you are and getting to know you, that helps a lot. That helps a lot to promote your book down the line. It's exciting, man. A lot of good young talent.
By the way, Frederick, how'd you get this layout? I didn't know where the layout was.
I just pressed the second to last one, the one that looked like it had like tiny little heads on the left and the big picture on
Okay,
the right.
maybe that's a newer one because I didn't see that before. I thought when you had it laid out like this on yours, I thought that was a custom one that Billy Bob made.
I think it is. Maybe Billy made it for the YouTube.
Oh, that's right. He was trying to make some custom ones in this account too for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, because I never played around with those things, so it's him. And I've been the second account for a while since he stepped away, so
Yeah,
it's
Billy
been a
likes
while.
to tinker.
Yeah, man, he's good for that stuff. He's been very helpful and all that stuff. All right, I drew all the feathers almost. I've got like maybe a dozen to go. But it's gonna pain me because at some point I'm gonna throw dark shadows over some. But it's for a good cause. It needs to be a striking image. You see, it has to move you when you open the book and you read it. You gotta be going, what is happening here? What is going on?
Are you going to be able to animate that one too, like you did with the previous? Probably not the same way. It's a very different angle.
Yeah, I think so. I'm getting better at working with Grok, and Grok's getting better too at the same time. So like both of those things are kind of like ensuring that it's going to be easier to do like ads and stuff. Hopefully people like it. I think it's cool. It's kind of cool. I know some people get the ick with the AI stuff. It depends on what it is, but for different people. But we'll see down the line. I think I want to play around with like a music video because I got an AI song. I got some AI clips, and I'll put something together and see what it's like and see what people think. But obviously, the comic is going to stay hand drawn all the time forever. But
Right.
I mean,
That's just your passion right there.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like,
you've built this skill, taken this talent and built it into a full skill. I don't think you did that just to not do it anymore.
no, for real, yeah. Well, that's kind of why I'm back at comics at my old age of 50. Is I'm like, I don't want to like not be making comics, not to leave at least some kind of legacy doing comics, because I learned so much about the skill, the medium, the craft, that just having that knowledge and making websites my whole life, it just seems like a waste. It seems like I got to put this knowledge down. I got to say something, put something out there. And it's not always easy living as a comic book artist.
I don't think it ever was. I don't think folks even. I mean, the folks in these audiences know, but in general, like a lot of the comic book readers, I don't think a lot of the. Well, if there's such a thing as a normie comic reader or a casual reader, I don't think they realize what a lot of the artists have gone through, especially with how businesses were run in the comic book industry for quite a while. I had no idea until I talked to you guys, and just like how some of them in the mainline industry have just been like they've created characters and had no rights to them, and I mean, to a point, you're creating a character for a certain line. I get that, but it seems like they kind of get, I don't know, undercompensated. But
Yeah,
then again, I'm still kind of talking out my rear because I don't know what it takes to run a
yeah, but
comic
you're
book
you're
company.
not wrong too. Well, yeah, well, who deserves what depends on your politics, I guess, because the companies want to is going to want to keep all the rights, and then the creators are getting peanuts a lot of time, right? They're because you're not making the most. It's like one of these things where when you're doing what you love the most, sometimes you don't get paid the most, right? Sometimes you got to take a little bit of pay cut. You could be making more in design, in illustration, industrial design, in illustration, than doing like a specific art form like comics. Comics, I think you need extra skills, and at the same time you're taking a little bit of a pay cut. But you can get lucky, right? Like we've seen it with the creators of Ninja Turtles and things like that, or like the extreme. I'll give it to you. It's pretty extreme success, but you do own your IP, so that when you do get successful, it belongs to you. But yeah, it takes extra effort, and I think it's harder to get going in the beginning because it's work over a year to get a good album, a good series of comics out. And but I mean, it's the same thing with being an author too. Like being an author ain't freaking easy because you're competing with everybody else who can type on a keyboard.
Especially nowadays, because I've spoken to some authors who have gone the traditional publishing route, and they still have to do their own marketing. It's like, what's the point of going to a publisher, if they're not going to promote the work?
Well, that's the thing is there's this big part of selling books that's called selling.
Yeah, but that used to be, it used to be, I think the publisher would put that out there, would get the marketing, would get it in front of people, it would do and the writer would just write and present it to the publisher, see if they're interested. Now publishers go, yeah, we're interested. They publish it, but they still have the author themselves go out there and do
that's normal. That's normal.
Pitch.
Yeah, I mean that's normal. But the company's still organizing the tour, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, the publishers had the connections and they knew who to talk to and everything else. And now it's just like, oh yeah, go do your own thing.
Yeah, like one guy I saw, he had a table set up. He was traditionally published, but any marketing or putting out there, he had to go and do it himself. He had to have his own signs made up and everything. There was no arrangements of a tour of a book signing.
Oh yeah, because if you're not famous, if you're not a big name, if you're not bringing in money, then they have no interest in pushing you, right? So you have to do your own marketing in those circumstances, because no one's going to do it for you.
But I mean, it's almost to the point of, then why bother? The publisher chose they take care of the cover artist and editor and all that, but they also demand you make changes that you don't want to make. And if you're going to be out there doing your own marketing, then you might as well just self-publish and keep
yeah. At some point, there's an advantage that comes from owning your own stuff, but you got to do everything. That's the sad truth is just you got to do every single thing in the business. That includes marketing, that includes putting yourself out there, that includes putting the money down to be present at conferences and events and stuff, and putting yourself out there. And the catch is when you're putting yourself out there, you're not necessarily working on your craft either, so there's you're still a bit of give and take here and there. But you got to find where you function the best, I guess.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's about that time to go into the parting plugs. I still don't have a cool transition clip like you do.
Oh yeah.
There's no Deadpool shouting "hit it" and then going into Thunderstruck.
It wakes people up. It's like, oh yeah,
it really does. Shield time.
Let's
Yep.
do it.
All right. Anyway, Frederick, we'll start with you.
Yes, sir. Well, my book Retell comic is in the post as we speak. It's been printed. It's on its way to the distributor. So if you back the book, you are going to get a copy within a matter of weeks now. It's going to get to the distributor. It's going to get sorted and packed and then sent out to you. So I'm working to get that happening as soon as possible. It's probably on the airplane right now. It's so super exciting. I'm thrilled about that. Check it out on retellcomic.com, and also check out my YouTube channel where we have Wrangler as a co-host tomorrow on Proof of Comics, and we're just going to be hanging out. So I'm going to send out the link to maybe people in the chat too as well. Like if you want to hang out and come on and talk about your stuff, we'll have a more relaxed show where we're just hanging out, drawing, and have it feel more like an art stream. Check it out.
All right. And Raven.
Hey, I talked a bit with Maji-chan today, so I would say check out The Legend of Shalar by Maji Nell. It's still not in the published state. She still has some things to fix up, but it sounds like she's trying to get that done and back to published state. So
Yeah. If you go to the page on Amazon right now, it shows it, but it says unavailable. So hopefully that will be back in action fairly soon.
Wishlist it, I think. I think you can still wishlist it because it has like other options I think is available. But yeah, check it out.
Nice.
All right. And then me, that's The Wavelength done by Frederick Guimon. You may have heard of him. Yeah, you can check out my stuff on Amazon. Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty, Haley's World. Magic fueled sci-fi adventures, good for the whole family. And and we'll be hanging out on Frederick's show tomorrow night. Proof of Comics number, what are we up to now?
Oh my goodness. I wonder if it's like 110 or something. Like it's 109 or 110.
Yeah, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out with us there tomorrow night. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time, and God bless.
Ta-ta.
Comic books, regular books, video games, we love them all. More.
Jewish space lasers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Computer